How has AI played a role in digital consumer behavior, and how does it help improve digital consumer behavior journey?
Yeah, it's changed a lot. Because as we said at the beginning, we have a lot of information and a lot of spot of contact within the digital environment.
Welcome everyone to Vibrant Publishers podcast. Our guest for today is Filippo Marchesani, who is a scholar and practitioner in smart cities, innovation, and digital consumer behavior. He's a researcher at the University of Chieta Pescara and an adjunct professor at South Champaign Business School. Holding a PhD in management, he has published widely and authored The Global Smart City. He has taught internationally and supports innovation ecosystems through mentoring and competitions. Welcome to the podcast again, Filippo.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Nekul, and hello everyone, everybody.
Always a pleasure to have you on the podcast. Let's a topic for today is digital consumer behavior. So let's start with a bit of introduction on what digital consumer behavior is.
Yeah, sure. It's basically the interaction between consumer and digital environment that shape the choice that we made every day. Because actually, online digital environment interact with our life, and we are a boost of digital transformation because we provide a lot of information, but at the same time they shape our intention and our behavior online. So digital consumer behavior come out from the interaction between digital and consumer behavior.
Okay, got it. And is there any point or anything that you wish that everyone would know about how online choices are actually shaped? Maybe there are some things which the general public don't know about digital consumer behavior.
I think that the big misunderstanding that there is between consumer behavior and digital consumer behavior is that we still think that we act at the same way as we act a decade ago, for example. And we have to figure it out that the digital environment shape every day our choice, and we are not free in that environment. So what is change? It's the word digital, because it introduces a new context, a new environment, and we need to interact day by day with this environment. By my side, like as a professor in digital consumer and also in innovation, marketing paradigms are not changed, are still the same. What is change is the environment and the interaction that we have with that environment. And it's very risky, but also create a lot of opportunity for both people that live that environment, but also for companies that shape this transition day by day.
Okay. And what is going on behind the scenes? I mean, a lot of times we are talking about things or we are searching for things, and then on social media, all we see is those things. This has happened with everyone. So, what is going on behind the scenes?
Behind, basically, we set that environment because almost everything that we do produce data. And those data populate our personal profile online. So it means that every single action that we do on our smartphone or on social media, or an example should be also Alexa that we have at home that we use for a clock or we use for music or for order something, is a spot of information. So behind there is a lot of mechanism that is called data architecture that interact with so many data and so many inputs that create our digital profile. That, of course, matter in the digital environment in shaping consumer behavior digitally.
Correct. If you could take us through what the modern online customer journey looks like, what are the key moments where platforms and brands can actually take somewhere from awareness to making their purchase decision, like without even us knowing how our brand's doing it.
There are many moments, and I think platform and brand work together to build a path that usually consumers follow. And there are many steps, many layers. I think the first one is capture attention. So they try to capture our attention and deliver a message or a product or a content that align with our behavior. Then what they do is often create an engagement loops. So we receive a lot of information about that. They figured out that we are interested in this topic. So they create a kind of community with interaction, click, review, social proof. So many things that reinforce, and that's the third point, our trust about a specific brand or a specific product. Because create a trust, reduce the risk that the consumer perceive online. And that is a key part of digital consumer behavior, because behind every single choice, moment, interaction, and so on, there is this mechanism that at the end, that's what explained in the book, create at some point a micro moment. So when users and consumers are vulnerable in the market and are willing to act. So that's what's going on behind the platform, let's say, and what is the online customer journey that they aim and try to create within the market.
So continuing with the next question, in the book you talk about cognitive biases. We know about a few cognitive biases when it comes to offline consumer behavior, but talking about digital, can you talk about what biases are involved in digital consumer behavior?
Those bias were already placed in the market. It's nothing new. They start with psychology of consumer. They start very early with, for example, a Hahnemann perspective that discuss about the fact that we are not wage at the same times for loss and win. So all these factors contribute to create a digital profile, and start from the fact that many bias like scarcity, social proof, or choice overload, fear of missing out, were already present within the market. But in the digital one, we don't know about that, because we cannot control what's going on within the platform. So an example should be booking that always states something like only 3 rooms left, or 100 people looking at the same advertising. Well, should be, but we don't know about that. So we don't know what's going on behind, and that make us rush within the market. So at some point, we become not rational at all. So we start to think about, okay, maybe I can miss it, or that's the moment to buy, because otherwise I will spend much more money, so I will act. And that's how all those bias work in the digital environment. Basically, the fact that we cannot control that interaction create a moment that we cannot control. And we lost our autonomy within the market, of course.
Right, and this can sometimes lead to unhealthy manipulation. So, like, where's the line between helpful personalization and unhealthy manipulation? And I mean, are there any examples of the most common ways that brands might accidentally cross that line, like turning personalization into like manipulation?
There are many, and honestly, this is a problem for both, for consumer and for brand. And that's the line, because sometimes the brand push a lot on digital consumer. They invest a lot in this kind of market. They somehow understand there is an opportunity to improve the business, to capture many consumer. But the risk and the line, in my opinion, is the business, the core business of the company. The risk is that where they personalize a lot and somehow manipulate the customer, because let them think about something different just to capture this value within the market, create a risk of depersonalization. And depersonalization is basically try to do these things, but losing at the same time the core business. And as we said in marketing, marketing is an arena, and digital space is an arena as well. So the brand perform, they set their strategy, they try to build their own digital strategies, but at the same time, the public judge it. So they have an opinion and they create a community. So when they cross the line and they show something that doesn't exist or that not respect their personal brand, they create a conflict online. And that could be a big problem when they cross that line. So it's like a autonomous market that balancing these within the digital market, because by one side, the brand have a core identity, but to the other side, they have to respect it because the community and the digital environment will judge and evaluate it, and then they create a difference within the market.
Got it. Now, moving to the most trending part these days, artificial intelligence. How has AI played a role in digital consumer behavior, and how does it help improve digital consumer behavior journey?
Yeah, it's changed a lot. Because as we said at the beginning, we have a lot of information and a lot of spot of contact within the digital environment. That it's, for example, our app or our social media and so on. With AI, these mechanisms were empowered because they can deal with a lot of data, they can interact with a lot of data, and they can really customize as much as possible our digital profile. And they introduce AI introduced within the market so many layers that were not considered at the beginning. Like the first one is the behavior online. For example, how long we are on a specific video, for example, or when we move our mouse for a click, for example, when we skip an advertising, that's data. They also introduce a second layer, which is the context. Like I'm in Italy and I populate the database in a different way. I'm a specific customer, so I'm looking for something. In US, they're looking for something else. In Asia, they are looking for other different things. So this layer now create a digital identity. So where I am now is a part of the digital strategies. And the third one is the fact that we are a database today. We actually are a database. And this point is very important because we don't pay, for example, for Instagram as much. We don't pay for WhatsApp. We don't pay for Facebook. So it means that we are the product in that area. We don't pay. So we are the product they vehiculate within the market, and we populate the database. And AI, machine learning, and so on can use this data to fix and create our digital identity that is absolutely customized within the market. So have a huge value within for a company within the digital market.
Right. AI is a game changer for digital consumer behavior segment, I think. Everything will run on automation and just keep on improving. And that is also a bit scary, but excited to see the new trends that, new things in consumer behavior that will unfold. So now let's talk about something that these days is prevalent is the influencers and communities, online communities that are forming these days. How have these things changed loyalty, and what is it that makes people belong, and how can brands build communities without faking it, make authentic communities?
This is a very good point because it's very actual, and we already talked a bit about that, and still work about the comparison between physical market and digital market. I remember like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, market was completely different. And in the past, loyalty require time. So to create a feeling with a brand, need time, need to be a perfectionist in your job, you need to respect your core business, quality customers, interaction with the consumers, customer care, so many things. I need a lot of time to set a brand and a status for the brand itself. In the digital environment, everything is faster because we are more emotional, we are faster in getting information, faster in create loyalty with, for example, influencer or the review that we read. And in this case, let's say the risk is that we are more fragile in this area because we over trust the digital environment. But we often forgot the digital environment is built around us. So what is missed actually with influencer review community is the fact that companies have an identity. And this identity is shaped by the digital environment and the digital platform around us. So we have not a clear idea about the direction of brand and the direction of ourselves as a consumer. And that's a big problem. So as a suggestion for the company in terms of community is to avoid fake community, for example, or overall and general influencer just because they have 1 million followers. The key point is stress your value and your core business and align with it even in the digital market to set your brand. Because as soon as you gain consumer, if you are not aligned with their interest and their personal brand, you lost consumer at the same time. So that's an important point for digital strategies.
Yeah, so even if it takes time, build authentic communities and collaborate with influencers, not based on number of followers, but actually how people are resonating based on likes or comments, because I think that is what will show if people are actually interacting with that influencer or not.
Yes, exactly. And that was a problem 10 years ago, for example, because we don't know nothing about social media. And we trust influencer and they affect our choice and they create their own brand at the same times that interact with other brand. Now we are more conscious about how digital environment works. And I think everyone know that we provide data. Everyone know that we have a customized feed, for example, on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, and we somehow accepted it. So this means that also the consumer figured out how it works. And if companies still continues to work as a general way as 10 years ago and don't upgrade this level of engagement between follower and consumer, it will be a problem because consumers know about that and maybe know even more than the companies.
That's right. Great. So coming to my last question is that if I want the audience to gain some if you could share key takeaways for the audience, the marketing people especially, as to how can they improve their digital marketing efforts, or understanding their consumers through digital platforms, like improving their knowledge in the field of digital consumer behavior.
Well, about companies, I think 3 steps are really important. So first one is maintain coherence with your key value. So identify first the community, influencer, environment, information that you want to gain, and interact with consumers that are aligned with this core business, not the general one. Don't enter in the market as just, okay, I want to jump on it because there is a large community and there's a potential customers. It doesn't work, especially today that everything is really customized. The second point is aligned with it. So don't place brand, but place the product at the center of your strategies. And
Okay.
this is really, really important because if you just follow the trend, as soon as the trend grow, you can go down. So if you fix your value, your product, your services, even before then your brand and they're the trend that are online today, will help you to maintain your position online. And the last one is consistency with what you're doing as a company. And that's fundamental because as soon as you can create a new value, as soon as you can destroy it. So if you maintain the consistency online, it's very important that it will be a kind of key element for the future because let you maintain your status and your position online as it is also in the physical environment. Because actually, digital environment can create opportunity but can destroy years and years of investment and strategy. So company must be very careful in dealing with it, in my opinion.
That's right. Because when it comes to digital, everything can be tracked back, and you have to maintain that digital reputation.
Yeah, that actually is the first one because everyone is searching for information online, and the reputation online will be still there for years and years and will fix your identity, change the perception of your brand. So we must be very careful about that.
That's right. Got it. Well, thank you so much, Filippo, for joining in on the podcast and explaining one of the most relevant and important topics these days, especially in the world of in the age of AI. Always a pleasure to have you on the podcast. By the time the podcast is out, the book will have been released. So grab your copy. The link will be in the description. Digital Consumer Behavior Essentials. Once again, thank you so much, Filippo. Hoping to have you on the podcast again soon.
Thank you very much for the invitation. It was a pleasure.